Marketing communications pioneer and advertising Hall of Fame inductee, Tom Burrell is credited with revolutionizing the image of African Americans in television and changing the face of American advertising. Oh, so important. During his tenure as a top advertising executive, he coined the now famous phrase, "Black people are not dark-skinned white people." His award-winning work promoted positive and realistic images of blacks and acknowledged the purchasing power of the African American community. In 2007, Burrell founded the Resolution Project, which is the resolutionproject.us, a nonprofit organization that promotes interracial dialogue and community-based new media. Stop the Brainwashed campaigns. Quote, "Our task is to use propaganda to eradicate negative images and replace them with a bombardment of positive words and images." Well, what do we do that? He also plans to launch the New Bees, a catalyst for stimulating thought and more dialogue. Lives in the Chicago South Boulevard area. He's here with his beautiful wife. She's in the back. Let's give her a round of applause. And with that, let's please put our hands together for this pioneer, Brother Tom Burrell.
Thank you, Gonzaga. You know, it's altogether fitting and proper that we should be here today at this place, and that's because what we're talking about in the book is in the spirit of being here and being supportive of our institutions, because it is the brainwashing that has taken us away from our own selves, our own community. So that's what the book is about. I was busy signing books earlier, and do you all know that you're being televised?
No.
Well, but you're being you're part of a show that's going to be broadcast. It's next TV, and will show up on Fox on Sunday at 8 o'clock. Which Sunday?
8 a.m.
Sunday at 8 a.m. Okay. Beverly's producer, she was asking me as I was signing the books, she said, you know, are you as excited as you seem to be as you sign these books? And the answer is yes. I'm very excited. And I'm excited because what I have done and spent the last 15, 20 years thinking about is coming to fruition, and I am full of hope. I am full of hope after living 71 years that we will get to a resolution of the problems that have beset us. And that is what gives me this feeling of excitement to be here. So, and I say that also as I get ready to show you a film that kind of gives you a quick synopsis of where we have been and the connection between where we are and that where we have been. So if we can turn the lights down and have about 5 minutes of this so we can kind of set up the discussion that we're going to have, that'll be great. Can we get the screen down and get the lights up? and no value. This is mass insanity. Self-hatred, self-destruction, the result of centuries of untreated trauma. This trauma was willfully and skillfully orchestrated and executed, not by some outlaw vigilantes or clandestine thugs. The architects of American chattel slavery and the insanity introduced were none other than the Founding Fathers. These men, active proponents of democracy, needed to reconcile irreconcilable opposites, freedom and slavery. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with inherent and inalienable rights. If indeed all men are created equal, what would they make of the Negroes?
How can we promote liberty, freedom, democracy on one hand, and a system of slavery and exploitation of peoples who are non-white on the other?
The way you do that is to say, yeah, but you know, there's something different about these people.
In a stunning display of moral hypocrisy, the framers decided that slaves were not fully human. Not fully human. As inferior beings, the slaves deserved their fate. In the words of Thomas Jefferson,
the blacks, whether originally a distinct race or made distinct by time and circumstances, are inferior to the whites in the endowments both of body and mind.
reduced to mere property, blacks were bought and sold, publicly humiliated, brutalized, beaten, murdered. This desperate, twisted rationalization then had to be legitimized, legalized, and marketed to all of America, including the slaves themselves. Thus began arguably the most successful, effective propaganda campaign in human history.
Praise the Lord, Mr. Lord.
America sold blacks on their inferiority.